Welcome to the inspirational coffee break for leaders. It is intense, it is short, and it's to go. And today we want to talk about how to deal with the unknown. As I coach many businesses in these days, you wonder how this will ever gonna be back to normal. And the business leaders would believe, at least some of them would believe, they entirely lost control over their business as it was shut down. And it's true in some ways, and it's not true in other ways. So I believe that we are living in times, of course, they're unprecedented. However, these are the times to do our homework. And yes, we lost control, but the good news is there is also control over our inner compass. So what do I mean by that? The inner compass is, a tool, and inner gives us direction, and it comes from our purpose. So the reason why we are in business in the first place. And this comes with the values, it comes with our attitude, it comes with our beliefs, and this will give us entire control on how do we set up our business and the relationship with our partners and with our clients. So, and this is where we want to regain control. And I found that successful leaders, they communicate coming from this purpose. So from this reason why they are in that business in the first place. Like Apple. Apple just doesn't sell computers or smartphones. They sell a belief where they challenge the status quo of an industry. So they did it with the computer industry, they did it with the smartphone industry, then they went on with the music industry, and maybe now they're doing the same to the TV industry. So coming from that cause, from that inner compass, from this inner foundation that is straightforward, that you have control over, you're reaching out to the market and you're creating this relationship together. And that is a constant. And this is what we can do right now. So it's all back to square one kind of thing. It's coming from the origin story, from your purpose. Now, this reminds me of a situation, a challenging business situation I had many years ago. I was promised, or our company was promised, a global leadership program with our client. And by accident, I learned that this program was already assigned to another competitor, and they signed the contract with them. So sure enough, we had a conversation about this, and I realized that they were in this competing mode rather than in the collaboration mode. And the entire outcome, the entire project, the entire vision of that company and of the program was to move from the competing state into the collaboration state, which is why I sat down and revisited my purpose, my integrity, and my values, and decided to refuse to join the program as a junior partner, which I was requested this role. Guess what? I had real tough nights to take this decision because I didn't really know what would happen. And I didn't really know how they would feel about it and how they would react. Maybe they would even cancel my other program as well because they would be upset. However, to me, it was absolutely clear that I would stick to my integrity because that's the foundation of trust that you build across the line, across the market, across all relationships. This is how people can trust you and know what to get. So sure enough, I turned it down. And 2 weeks later, I got a call from the board of directors telling me that they had revisited their decision and would ask me to take over the entire program. So they canceled the contract with the other company. But coming from my sense of purpose, my sense of collaborating, they asked me to join forces with this other competitor, if you like, and to join on equal grounds to kind of set the trend on how to to realize and how to showcase a way of moving forward as a team. So this had changed 180 degrees, and I was very surprised. And it was a happy ending for our company at this point, but don't get me wrong, I still would have done the same thing, even if it had meant that, I would have lost the contract, because that's the foundation. That's who I am. This is how people out there, my clients, know what they can trust in. And this is my control. This is what I am in control of. And this sets the direction for what comes as a product, as a service that we offer. And if I can do it, sure enough, you can do the same thing. So revisit your purpose, why you started your business in the first place. What for your team, for your company, even now you can go back to this place and come up with something you have control of. So I hope this was interesting and valuable insight for you. Thank you for joining Leadership Espresso, the podcast for the leaders. And see you next week. And remember, we are better together in this. And share your comments and thoughts and questions below. And be inspired. What else?